Hello, and welcome to Group Three's presentation on Pamper's Market Analysis and Plan for China. This presentation was created by Andrew, Brady, Estefania, Lindsay, Taylor, and Timothy for Professor Olson's Global Marketing class at San Diego State University for the fall semester of 2019. To begin, we'll discuss why the other countries we were considering were not selected as our target market. There are a variety of reasons why the other options were not pursued. The first country we declined was Greece. Greece, once a martial superpower and the progenitor of the mighty Roman Empire, is now a shadow of its former self. Unlike their foe to the east, across the Bosphorus, they suffer from a small, declining population and a suffering economy. It is true that they have an aging population, but the elders of Greece do not live as long to market to. Secondly is the country of Iran. Also once a mighty empire themselves, they still retain many imperial ambitions. Their opposing goals and numerous offenses have turned them to become an enemy of the United States of America. It is not advisable to incur sanctions from one of the most powerful and well-connected economies in the world, and now their economy suffers for it. Hence, it is not a suitable target for our products. Now, Italy is a suitable market to sell to. They have a good aging population and are well connected with the world economy. However, they have a low population. It was decided a better market would be China, which has an emerging middle class and an aging population. A stone's throw away from China is the country of the Philippines. The Philippines, a diverse country, once considered a gateway into Asia, is not a country with a high GDP. Its GDP is almost half that of China's. The Philippines does have a higher replacement rate, coming in at 2.9, but their recent political instability has cast doubt on their future economic stability. Iceland, descendants of the Vikings, their martial tradition has allowed them to defeat the once great empire of Britain not twice but thrice in one of the greatest conflicts of the 20th century, known as the Cod Wars. However, their population is one of the lowest in the world, coming in approximately 1/3 of a million. The replacement rate is only 1.08, and yet their median population is only 36.7 years old. Overall, they would not be considered a good market next to China. Now that we understand why we didn't choose the other countries, we can discuss why China was the best option to pursue. China has a long and tumultuous history. It has the largest population in the world, and their middle class is emerging. At the same time, their cardinal value is family, and they have an aging population. However, due to their former one-child policy, population growth is low, and hence a lower than normal amount of babies. This allows us, however, an opportunity to sell to their aging population, which has a very high life expectancy. There are both internal and external factors to consider when entering China. First is their extremely high population. Their population is in fact the highest in the world, surpassing even India's, coming in at approximately 1.4 billion people, with 41% of that number being over the age of 45. Secondly is their high life expectancy. Their life expectancy is higher than that of their neighbors in the Philippines. The life expectancy for males in China is 75.4 years old, while the life expectancy for females is 79.7 years of age. Next is their growing middle class. This is important as it allows more of the Chinese population to afford our products. Although luxury goods are out of reach for these members of the new middle class, they would still want to purchase diapers for themselves and their aging parents and grandparents. Another factor is their aging population. This is significant as an aging population uses more diapers, whether they have incontinence or are bedridden. Combine this with their high life expectancy, they could prove to be a valuable customer for a long time. In addition to these factors, the market assessment of China proved favorable for our product as well. It is commonly known that China boasts the world's largest population, roughly 1.43 billion. This massive population makes China incredibly interesting to multinational corporations looking to penetrate a new market. An important demographic to note is that 41% of the Chinese population is over the age of 45, as well as having a life expectancy of 77.55 years. China has the second largest GDP in the world, quoted at 13,608.15 billion US dollars. Chinese GDP per capita is 7,785 US dollars. However, the GDP per capita with purchase power parity is much higher, sitting at 16,186.80 US dollars, as well as the middle class consisting of 420 million people. China is the fourth largest country in the world with a diverse geography consisting of 15,000 rivers and a long eastern coast, allowing for a large number of ports. The current form of government in China is a communist regime known as the People's Republic of China, which was established on October 1st, 1949. The party with firm control of the government is known as the Chinese Communist Party. This party is well known for controlling the economy of China, as well as the daily lives of Chinese citizens. The Chinese president, Xi Jinping, recently abolished the term limit for a Chinese president. This move has been met with mixed speculation. Some believe this will create more stability, but others are worried that this will abolish the system of checks and balances, allowing the president to have a worrisome amount of power. Because China has such a strong government, it is in the middle of the road when it comes to political and financial risk. On one hand, the government has incredible stability, but on the other hand, they are very controlling and at times financially oppressive or limiting. There's an upward trajectory in China towards more financial freedom as many previously government-owned institutions are being turned into private corporations. Chinese infrastructure is currently undergoing massive renovations to support the incredible manufacturing growth the country has experienced. Some important statistics to note about China's infrastructure is its large amount of railways, roughly 79,000 miles, a grand canal which connects the 5 major rivers to the capital of Beijing, 83 ports, including 8 of the largest and busiest in the world, and over 200 airports. Moving on from the market assessment, we begin to analyze China's cultural values and behavior. China's culture is deeply tied to family, which is their cardinal value. Their primary values of filial piety, guanxi, and harmony support the importance of family, the value of caring for elders and maintaining peace and harmony within the family at all costs. Their secondary values are wisdom, honesty, courtesy, loyalty, and honor, and also further support the cardinal and primary values. To further understand their values, we analyze their culture through Hall's 10 personal message systems. What we discovered is that China is a communist, polychronic culture that values rank, status, education, tradition, giving face, and harmony. Their values are a result of their rich history connected to their Confucian roots. After analyzing China through Hall's 10 personal message systems, we were able to further understand Hofstede's analysis of the country. China is a masculine country with high power distance, high long-term orientation, low individualism, low uncertainty, and low indulgence. This means they value and are influenced by authority and higher-ups. They believe that inequality among people is acceptable and think one should accept their place in society and not aspire beyond their ranks. As a masculine country, they are motivated by education, status, and long-term orientations. They are driven by success and will often miss family and leisure time to work. In addition, they are a collectivist culture, which usually indicates high brand loyalty and low brand switching. China also welcomes ambiguity, meaning that they are highly adaptable and welcome change. This will be important to keep in mind when entering the market, because as a company, you will have to be innovative and on top of current trends in order to keep the Chinese audience. Overall, this analysis helped us understand that China's culture is defined by distinct societal roles, competitive markets, and their adaptive entrepreneurial spirit. Following the cultural behavior, we go directly into their consumer behavior. It is important to analyze China's consumer behavior through a generational lens, especially when looking at the shift in their attitudes and norms towards spending in recent years. China has gone from the lost generation of the 60s, in which citizens were uneducated and frugal, to the technologically advanced Generation Z. Gen Z has catapulted Chinese society into projected 1 trillion renminbi worth of luxury spending by 2025, and has created unrecognizable spending patterns in comparison to their preceding generations. Shopping is becoming a national pastime and is continuing to alter the behavior of the Chinese consumers with each unfolding year. In regards to their cultural values, Chinese consumers have managed to maintain their societal values over time, and the one that remains the most important is family. Unfortunately, within the next 5 to 10 years, the elderly population in China will equal the population of the entire United States, and this consumer segment will be in need of healthcare products to maintain their well-being. A strong devotion to family coupled with rapidly aging population creates a necessity for adult incontinence products, and the younger generations will undoubtedly be willing to spend whatever necessary to take care of their loved ones. Moving on into the competitive analysis, we dive into China's major competitors. Their domestic competitors in China are young but formidable. However, coming in as the foreign competitors has distinct advantages. Domestic diaper manufacturers are considered cheap in China, in both definitions of the word. They are lower priced, but also perceived as lower quality. Nevertheless, our foes are strong and powerful. First is AAB China Company Limited. They have an annual revenue of $167 million and have more than 32 production lines. Another competitor is Insoft Company Limited. They are considered one of the top domestic diaper manufacturers. They were created in 2010 and have since achieved large growth and success, achieving more than $100 million in revenue annually. Another competitor is BBG Sanitary Commodity Limited. Their success can be attributed to their advanced productions facilities, which allows them to deliver their customers high-quality disposable diapers on a timely notice. Our final competitor is Yamaza. They are one of the older diaper manufacturers, being created in 2005. They openly boast their ISO certification and high-quality products. Only 4 years after they were established, they are already exporting internationally. As for our foreign competitors, when these foreign competitors enter the Chinese market, the firms are focusing on the demand for high-quality adult diapers due to the growing needs for customer safety. The firms are establishing themselves clearly as foreign brands because they understand that Chinese consumers place a high value on products made abroad due to stricter regulations. Japanese diaper companies tend to be very popular in China, even to the point that some Chinese travel to Japan to attain adult diaper products. Some of these competitors are Unicharm, Hakujuji, Diao, and the only American competition the firm would face is Kimberly-Clark. Kimberly-Clark has been facing some issues in China because of Chinese companies. However, we plan to position ourselves in a more impressive way with a high online presence and target a different consumer looking for a higher quality product. Some of our smaller methods of doing promotions will be through direct marketing by having brand ambassadors take samples to local senior facilities, which is becoming very popular in China. Over the last few years, there have been more and more openings. Therefore, this demonstrates the potential opportunities we can gain if we have the senior facilities buy from P&G. Another method of promotion that will attract more of the female consumers is sponsoring and organizing an aging fashion show where women can wear their traditional Chinese clothing. This will allow us to put out our name and improve our brand image among the aging population. Digital marketing is king in China. In China, almost all advertising is done online. Chinese people spend an average of 2 hours a day browsing the web looking at different stores, social media, and forums. China is also a bit different because they do not use the same social media outlets as us. Their version of Facebook is WeChat, their Twitter is Weibo, their Google is Baidu, and their YouTube is Youku. Social media advertising and search engine optimization is the key to drive traffic to your website and drive sales. In China, WeChat has over 850 million daily active users who are eager to find new quality products to fulfill their needs and wants. Baidu is huge in China. 75% of all searches on the internet in China happens on Baidu. It is also very powerful and respectful to rank first on their search results due to the fact that it drives so much traffic. Pay-per-click is really big in China, and advertisements has a lot of success through it. In China, they are not as wary of ads as we are in America, which means more people click on the ads and the conversion rates are higher. So this is a really good place for us to advertise our adult diapers. The listing is somewhat complex, but what it comes down to is outbidding your competitors. It is a bid war on who gets the most exposure, but the high costs come with high rewards. Also, something we think is important when entering the Chinese market is that we need unique content tailored toward the Chinese specifically. That is why our plan is to create a brand new Chinese website that has accurate translations of their values and priorities so that we are able to communicate with them correctly and respectfully. We will now discuss the specifics in regards to how we plan on placing ourselves in the Chinese market when entering it. With us entering a new market like China, we wanted to put a focus on the cities that are a bit wealthier, the innovators and the influencers. Shanghai and Beijing were the best options for breaking the barrier and penetrating the market most efficiently with our new product. Shanghai is perfect due to the fact that it has over 23 million citizens and has a big influence on other cities' buying habits. They are also early adopters and innovators. Then we thought Beijing would be perfect because it is China's capital. It has the highest GDP per capita at 23,000 US dollars, and its dense population makes it perfect. The reason why a dense population is more attractive for us is because it means more commuters, small space living, and the access and cleanliness of public bathrooms are usually worse. This means that people pivot towards using adult diapers for their bathroom needs while commuting. For our retail plan, we wanted to focus on retail stores that are recognized, respected, and trusted. That is why the 4 retail stores that we plan on selling our product in is Walmart, Hema, Yonghui, and Metro. The reason for Walmart is because it's an American brand, which in China signals that it is more prestigious. Walmart will have more premium imported products that are a bit higher priced than normal retail stores. This is beneficial for us because it allows us to introduce another American brand at an American store, which will in turn make people perceive our product to be on the higher end and of better quality. Then we wanted to go with some retail stores that are also big and a bit more familiar to the Chinese population. Retail stores such as Metro, Yonghui, and Hema. Hema is a really interesting store because it's Alibaba's AI-driven store, which means there are no cashiers working there and everything is computer-driven. This is a good place to introduce our product because the store is a somewhat new concept and it drives a lot of traffic, which is a great opportunity for Procter & Gamble to get recognition. We will now continue with a rundown of our pricing decisions and the reasons for deciding on that price point. When deciding on a good first price point, we wanted to be able to signal with our price that it is a quality product yet affordable. First, we looked into domestic adult diapers in China to get a better understanding of how the price points are for domestic adult diapers. The biggest domestic brand in China for adult diapers is AAB Incorporated, and they have a wide variety of diapers ranging from 15 cents to 30 cents per diaper. The issue with AAB is that people in China perceive them as low-quality products, so we wanted to place ourselves above that. Then before deciding on a price, we wanted to take into account other foreign competition as well. Japan has 2 big brands that are currently well recognized in the Chinese adult diaper scene. These 2 brands are Unicharm's Life Free product line and Hakujiji. Unicharm's Life Free is viewed as a more premium brand in China, and their diaper lands at about $1 per diaper, which is a bit over the price point we are aiming at because we want everyone to be able to afford our product. Hakujuji is a well-recognized brand in China as well, but not nearly as expensive as Liftfree. Hakujuji's adult diapers land at a price of about 55 cents per diaper, which we believe is a good price point because it signals that it is a quality product and an affordable product. Based on our research of competition and their price points, we have decided to start our prices at 60 cents per diaper and sell 20 packs for $13.80 so we capture as big of an audience as possible. This way we would ensure that our product is affordable and that it signals quality. The other product size would be a pack of 30 because 3 means birth to the Chinese. Lastly, the third size would be our largest one, which includes 60 diapers. Product branding, packaging, and assortment. Branding is one of the most important things to consider. For our products, we decided we would be marketing to the middle class and the aging population, so we opted for simple designs which would be more appealing to adults. For our packaging decisions, we have to include a diagram and information detailing how the product is different and better from traditional diapers. This will allow us to differentiate ourselves from our competitors. Our assortment decisions are simple. We will pack our products in packs of 20, 30, and 60. We have created two profiles of our typical consumer. On the left, we have Popo Lee. Popo Lee is 65. He grew up under the one-child policy, so he never grew up fighting with any siblings. His parents always provided luxurious products, and he has since then always purchased good items. He's traveled since a young age, so he knows the quality of American products. Then on the right, we have Mama Shen, who also grew up with no siblings and became picky when it came to choosing products. She is 61 years old and is considered middle class in China. They both live in Shanghai and purchase Procter & Gamble's adult diapers on a regular basis because the high-quality product never fails to disappoint them. This was our presentation. Thank you for listening. We hope that you will see the market opportunities that are waiting to be seized by entering China. Thank you again, and 谢谢.